Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
Welcome into another Thursday. My mom just messed up my whole entire microphone situation over here. We gotta get her own microphone. Welcome in to yet another Thursday night Chief Talk. Goodness gracious, I got a little phlegm going on. I need to unparch myself. A little Dr. Pepper going down. Welcome into the show, everybody. It's Thursday night. I think this is the last Thursday of the month. August has flown by. It has flown really fast by. I'm actually kind of impressed with how fast the month of August went by this. But with Barn Smoker starting a new job, kids going to school, third kid going to daycare, it's been a lot. I spent like 3 hours at my alma mater today, right before Chief Talk. Got soaked in the rain. So it's just life be life in the whole entire month of August. So hopefully your month of August has been fantastic, beautiful. I want to say a big welcome into Michael, Zachbeck, Ronald Smith, the man JB, Fireborn, Bob the Cigar Guy, Matt Brugger, we see you. How you doing? Bellis, Gary Zanstra, Rick Kelly, how are you guys doing? Charles Addison's in here early as well. No, one more Thursday. Oh, there's one more Thursday. Okay, so there's one more Thursday in August. See, that's how crazy August is for me. It's been going by that fast. How's everybody doing? What are you smoking? What are you drinking? I want to know. I lit up a nice little gift from Jeremy Smith at the Barn Smoker. This is the Papa's Bravas from Drew Estate. Tonight we're going to be doing a giveaway. But before we get into that, I do want to thank our show sponsors. Hey, Grumble Frampton. Thank our show sponsors, Drew Estate Cigar, Natura Cigar, for making sure that we have Chief Talk here every single Thursday night, whether there's another Thursday in August or not. It's every Thursday of the year, unless we're traveling on vacation. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my mind over here. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Let me pop over to this here, pull the music off, bring Bob the Cigar Guy onto the show. My brain is 7 places at one time. It has been a busy time for me. So
life be lifing and chief be chiefing.
I tell you, it's been a lot of the past few weeks. It's just been like I'm on a training work schedule. So my My training schedule has me doing like more days and more hours than I normally will because they're trying to teach me and train me the ways of running a cigar shop. And then we've had church things, we've had extracurricular things, and it don't stop. I go back to work tomorrow, and then Saturday I've got another thing to do with church. So next week is looking great because I have less to do next week. Pop Cigar Guy, how have you been?
Excellent. Lots and lots of work. Lots and lots of grinding.
Jeremy gave me the Papa's Bravos. You gave me the Freestyle Live cigar, Ron.
Well, there you go.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's been crazy busy. Lots and lots of overtime. I've been at the car mill more than I've been anywhere else. I think when I get up in the morning, I'm out the door in less than 20 minutes. And when I'm home, except for tonight, I'm in bed 3 hours. So I spend 3.5 hours at the house awake. So it's been crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I don't miss anything from working out at the plant. But that was one of the things I hated the most was having young kids and spending zero to little time with them at all. Let's see. Michael Zakovic says I'll be in South Carolina next Thursday. Woo woo. Oh yeah. Colonel Frampton says it's because it has because it's almost my birthday. Happy soon to be birthday, Colonel Frampton. John, welcome in the show. 20 people, by the way. Congratulations. We are 31 out of 31 weeks this year of hitting the 20 plus number. Bobo says my month got a whole lot better today. After breast cancer surgery, my wife's lymph nodes came back clear. Awesome. Fantastic. That is great news. That is great news. Rick Carroll is smoking a Christoph Vengeance with New Riff single barrel. Eric, what is going on? Back to school time, and Xmas is the craziest time of the year for me with 4 little ones still in grade school. Woo! Don't remind me of Christmas. It's right around the corner. It's sneaking up on me. You can hear little riffs of Mariah Carey in the trees as the wind goes through. Banker John, welcome into the show. Matt Berger is lighting up a Postania San Andreas.
Great cigar.
Matt Bergson's here, everybody. We can all leave. How you doing, Mac?
That's not nice. I love Mac.
He's all right. He's cool. I think this is the first year in 4 years that we will not see Mac in person.
It's sad.
Because last year we didn't see him at Barnsmokers, but we saw him at PCA. No, we didn't. No, we didn't see Mac last year either. Yeah, we didn't see Mac last year because he wasn't at PCA last year. He was at PCA the year before. So 2 years in a row now. Let's see. Michael Zakovic is lighting up a Freestyle Live August 2025 because Chief told me I had to buy the pack. Look, I just talked about it well enough that you decided you wanted to buy it. I didn't hold any gun to your head at all. Speaking of Freestyle Live packs, we have one to give away. An untouched virgin, like a virgin, touched for the very first time.
Wow.
I think that was Prince, right?
Madonna.
It was a joke. It's actually rage bait. We got a Freestyle Live. We got a Freestyle Live kit to give away this evening. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we'll do it. I can do a wheel of names at some point. Maybe. I think I do have a good question, and anybody who answers the question gets their name on a wheel of names, and we will send it to you free of charge. Thanks to the wonderful people over at Drew Estate for giving us an extra Freestyle Live kit to be able to give away here on the show. They kind of sent it to us and like, hey, we want you guys to do a giveaway. I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out. So we probably could have put a little bit more thought into it, but like I said, weeks have been crazy. Time be short. Now, if we would have gotten this like a month ago, we probably could have had a lot more time to figure it out and do something more fun with it. But what better way to do it than on a show that Drew Estate sponsors, where we have tons of people who come in here every single week to hang out with us. Let's see. Bob Ellis has got a McAuliffe purple and unsweet tea. Ugh. Why would you do that? J Bates says, Chief, have you smoked that long legs yet? Nope, I have it for tomorrow when I'm up at the shop. So he was at Peace. So we saw him at. Did we? I don't remember. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because he was at the same hotel as us. That's right. So this is the first year that we're not seeing Mac. That's right. He was at the same hotel as us. How could I have forgotten that?
I don't know.
You forgot too.
I didn't remember.
Because you didn't correct me.
I ain't even trying to volunteer.
That's right. I remember that now. Let's see. Anybody else smoking anything? Drinking anything? Bob, what are you smoking over there?
I am finishing up on the High Tide Aventura Blue Eyed Jack. I did the review on it, and like Chief was talking about, life be lifing. I get home from work, I change, I eat some food real quick, and I come out and shoot a review. So I did not take the time to sit and hang out and smoke the rest of the cigar, and I am cheap, and I like the cigar. So I had a couple cigars in my ashtray that were halfway lit or halfway burned, and I decided I would do that. And I'm going to be smoking. This is going to be kind of fun.
I'm going to pull your credibility into question here.
The Sober Mesa.
Oh.
Right? But this Sober Mesa is special. It's got at least a year to a year and a half of age on it. And the first lady found it upstairs in one of the bedrooms and said, "Oh, I saw the cigar. I put it on the freezer for you." And I'm like, it has not been humidified for a year.
So it's going to be a full test.
I'm going to smoke it and see. I'm going to see if the oils disappear.
But here's the thing that you're not thinking about is that could have been really great content. Smoking a cigar that was unhumidified for 1 year.
You're right.
Out of my humidor for 1 year.
You're right. That's true.
Bah.
But no, I'm going to smoke it.
So now you're just going to have to find a cigar in September of 2026, you can say.
I'm going to have to hide cigars around the house.
Yeah. No, I found a cigar today in my safe. Now, it was in a bag. It's actually a Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust Trigger Traca. It was in a bag with a Bovida pack in it, but it was in my safe because I went and got my ring today, and I keep my ring in my safe. And so I saw, what the heck is a cigar doing in here? I don't know why it's in there. I don't know if my kids put it in there or it just found its way into the safe or whatever. Sometimes I just got cigars everywhere, especially just with the limited space that I have before putting that humidor in my closet. Let's see. Chief, leave the singing to Bob Cigar Guy, the superstar of the show.
Oh, that's
fine. Grandma Frampton says, "Give it to me. It's almost my birthday." What do we get? Oh, the giveaway. It's got to be fair. I can't be partial. Mac Bergson says he's very forgettable.
Never.
Oh.
At least you didn't do the clapping.
Miami forgot about me in about 8 hours. What does that mean?
I know
the
what you're
airport.
Talking about. No.
Oh. Jeremy Fincher says, "Bob needs to smile. You look tired."
I am tired.
Bob Cigar Guy. You're so tired over there.
Look, I don't get to sit around and smoke cigars.
I don't sit at all.
And
I stand the whole time. It sucks.
I mean, I've already heard that
I will say,
a drink for you, a drink for me, and you're shooting shots behind the bar all night long.
No, I had to sign a thing that says I wasn't allowed to drink on the clock. But as soon as I clock out, I can make myself a drink if I want. 30% off. What is
the most purchased bourbon that you've been selling this past week?
Basil Hayden.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's price, or is it because
we got a guy who comes in and gets 2 or 3 doubles of things a week.
Sure.
And he comes in every day. He's a great guy. He's awesome. He stays for almost 5.5 hours. A lot of people work from the shop. Instead of working from home, they just work from the shop.
Smart.
And so this guy's he's got a really cool job. From what I've been told, he owns the company that puts all of the fiber optic cable underneath the highways and the interstates and stuff in South Carolina. And so he comes in there and he's on his computer and he's on his phone and he does some business meetings in there. Every once in a while, some people come and sit with him. But he starts off with an Irish coffee, iced, which is 2 shots of espresso, an 1.5 ounces of Jameson, 1.5 ounces of Bailey's, and then you pour some water in there and you put some ice on top of it, ice it down, and then he usually comes over and gets a double of basil, and so that's 2 2-ounce shots. And he does that. He does that with basil. He does another one. I can't remember which one it is. So bourbons, I think basil's probably the most requested because he's getting one every day. I've done a lot of Buffalo Trace. The most requested drink that I make is an old fashioned. But we do. I did not know this. I was taught this. Old fashions are supposed to be made with rye, which I had no idea. I did not know that. I've always thought of old fashions as bourbon, and apparently it's a very South Carolina thing to do old fashions with bourbon. And so I've had, old fashioned. I've been told, don't use the good bourbon on an old fashioned because you kind of get lost on the taste as it is because of, the bitters and the cherry and the orange zest and all that kind of stuff. And so we use a rye. I have not tasted it yet. Nobody's complained about it. So I had two critiques, not complaints. One guy wanted a little less ice, and one guy likes it a little less sweet. Excuse me.
All right.
So I use about half of the simple syrup and an extra bitter when I do the bitter on him.
Look at you knowing your clientele.
Yeah. Michael Carter, welcome to the show. How you doing tonight? That's one of the best lines. I use that work a lot with the teachers. Listen, Miss Blah Blah, I don't forget, just didn't remember. Smoking a Hoyo Cinco de Cinco. Ooh, nice. Kermel Frampton wants to know, what's your new job? I have two jobs at a cigar lounge. One of them is content /admin through doing work events inside and outside of the lounge. And then the second job is selling cigars and selling drinks at the bar that our cigar establishment has. I'm not as big of a fan of the bar stuff. It's just a lot to remember.
Maybe next Saturday when I go in, I'll get a pour of Pappy and I'll just have them put it on your tab.
Nope, they won't do it. I could put it on my tab, and you could pay me back for it, and you'd get it at a reduced price.
That's stealing.
None of it goes on my tab.
That's stealing because you're not drinking it. Your tab is for you, not for your discount is for you as an employee, not for me as a mooch.
Actually, you do get a 10% discount.
Why?
Civil servant. You're a veteran, so you get a 10% discount
on cigars too.
On anything.
They never told me that.
Except a discounted item. Well, they don't always ask unless there's something that's apparent. So some dude's wearing a, Okinawa hat or has a devil dog tattooed on their forearm, or, a cop comes in, he's got a badge on, or you can tell that this guy looks like he's been in the military, at some point in time in his life. You say, hey, are you former military or are you former police or something like that? And so you get the civil servant. Hopefully they didn't put this up in the lounge and they're watching it right now. Michael Z says, "Yep, rye is the best in an old fashioned." John Christian says, "Old Forester." I like the Old Forester. It's I don't like drinking the Old Forester by itself. We have some here. I just don't know where it's at.
We got it with a.
We got it with a kit.
Yeah. Old fashioned kit.
I don't drink a lot, so there's no reason for me to make to go buy the bitters and then the orange bitters and then make a thing of simple syrup and have the Luxardo cherries, because we do the Luxardo cherries, we don't do the maraschino ones. They said that if your cherries are bright red,
dark red, right?
Yeah, they're dark, deep purple.
It's like mahogany.
They're deep purple. And then one guy, the guy who likes the light ice, wants to have an extra cherry and both of them on a toothpick. Like, dog, you better be tipping. trying to get them dang cherries at the bottom. Because the way I do it is the way that I was taught to do it, and the way that I've been doing it the whole entire time. You take the rocks glass, you take the simple syrup, and you go about a half moon around the edge, about halfway down the glass, and then you put it down. You grab your cherry, get the bar spoon, the long spoon, get the bar spoon.
The twisty spoon.
Yeah. Get a cherry, a little bit of juice on there, drop it down, drizzle it around the glass, drop it off, 2 ounces of the rye, 4 shakes of the bitters, 3 shakes of the orange. Go get the ice, put the ice in the cup, twist it around, 10 seconds.
You rub it with a lemon zest or orange zest?
I haven't got to that part yet. So you take the spoon, you go around 10 seconds, let the alcohol kind of melt the ice a little bit, let it cool down, right? It's not a shaker cup, but it's kind of doing the same thing. And then you go and get your orange, place your orange in your hand to where you're not going to cut your hand off. Pull down on the orange peel, take it, squeeze it, twist it, rub it around the top of the rim, stick it in the glass, 1 spoon with the spoon, 1 stir with the spoon, got an old fashioned.
Boom.
Now, some people will ask for Bullet or Buffalo or something else in their old fashioned, and we'll do it. We just it's an upcharge.
It's an upcharge.
The rye that we use is a house rye. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I haven't been doing enough of them to be like, oh yeah, I can pick that up in a while. I can't. I know what the label looks like. Rittenhouse rye. That's what it is. Aha, I knew I'd remember it. In Wisconsin, brandy old fashions are extremely popular. John says Old Forester 100 proof rye, my go-to for an old fashioned. Bob Cigar Guy is an honorable man. My dad expects a tool discount every time.
That's funny.
Make BTCG an umbrella drink. I hear those are his faves.
No.
I have made a couple. I made a Long Island iced tea, like on my second day of the job, which was funny because when they were
sweet tea.
No, you use Coke. You use Coca-Cola. It blows my mind. It was funny, like when I was doing my bar training video that I had to do for 4 hours. He was like, "Look, the owner." He was like, "Look, I've made one of these in 18 months. You're probably never gonna have to worry about making one." Like the third drink I made, Long Island iced tea.
That's fun.
I made a Negroni. It's kind of fun.
You got cheat book?
I have an app.
All right.
So luckily for the time being, I've like tomorrow or last Friday and tomorrow, I won't have the coworker that I've had. The boss is there and he's willing to lend a hand at any corner that I need. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there's a guy, Kenny, in there who's been working with me. So if I get behind or I start freaking out about something, he's there to help me out. I'm getting, oops, I forgot I got a big ring on my pinky. I'm getting better at pouring draft beers. Some of the beers are easier to pour than others. Guinness is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Guinness is extremely easy. Yingling, pretty easy. But we've got some IPAs and stuff in there that are super frothy. And you really gotta dial the glass in right.
You add into your skill set.
So, did you know that as a bartender, if a pregnant woman comes in and asks for a drink with liquor in it, you have to serve her. Wow. It doesn't matter how pregnant she is. She can be about to pop, and you have to serve her. You cannot discriminate.
Wow.
The wildest thing I learned in my training. Supremo Tobacco! Charles Adams says Rittenhouse is one of the best ryes for cocktails. Give Bob one of them Bear Hug beers. Bear Hug beers.
Interesting.
So no, I definitely enjoy the cigar aspect of it. You'll enjoy this. I had a guy come in. Do you guys have a team of guys from Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This big dude. I've never seen a Mexican this big. He was a little shorter than me, but he was tall. Big fella. I think his shirt said Andre. I can't remember. But it was a very common Spanish name on his shirt. He comes in and he says, he's kind of, you can tell he doesn't know what he's there for. So I'm sitting there at the front and I say, "Hey, well, welcome in Cameroon. What can we get for you?" "Hey, do you guys have a cigar?" "Yeah, we got cigars, man. You want to go take a look?" I don't know. My brother, he smokes cigars, and he's in Mexico, and he told me to come find cigars for him. I said, "Okay, what are you looking for?" So he pulls up on his phone. He's like, "Do you know the Los Calaveras?" I said, "Yeah, I know Los Calaveras." He said, "Do you have any?" I said, "Nope." So my coworker beside of me, he's like, "Well, I'm sure Chief can pick something out that's just like a Los Calaveras." And I was like, "Well, there's a bunch of them, but let's go into the humidor." So I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to speak in a way that I'm not speaking too fast or saying things that are too crazy for him. And I was like, "Yeah, Los Calaveras is part of Crown Heads. John Huber out of Nashville, partner with Tim Ostener. You know, it's a line off of, you know, their whole entire brand. So I can't like suggest what cigar, you know, is like a Los Calaveras because they're all so different." I said, "But, you know, did your brother smoke anything else?" He was like, "Oh, I just want something like the Los Calaveras." I was like, "Okay, fine." He's wanting quality. He's wanting something that is going to be a good enough smoke for his money. He's wanting to send a gift to his brother. He wanting to be nice.
So let's good. The band's
let's pick something. Let's pick something that is somewhat ornate, comes from a reputable company, and is going to taste good 9 times out of 10, at least from my palate. So he said he wanted a few cigars. So I had picked up one of the new Wise Man Foundation Wise Man Maduros. I picked up the Red Meat Lovers for Tonga, and I was on the way to pick up a $8.99 Papas Fritas. Try to save a little bit of money, you know, not spend too much money for him. And I was like, "Do you want to text your brother a picture of these or whatnot?" He's like, Can I call him?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, call him." So he called him, and I speak very little Spanish. I like very little, un poquito type Spanish situation. I can ask where the bathroom is. That's about it. So I hear them talking, and they're both speaking in Spanish, but his phone's so loud I can hear the conversation going on. And he's like, "The Crown Heads," and he's like, "No, do you have the foundation and the Dumbarton?" And so he's like, I was like, "Do you want to ask him if he like what his brands he likes to smoke?" So he said something, you know, to him in Spanish, whatever. And I hear Plasencia. We carry Plasencia. Not the full gamut kit and caboodle, but we have a good amount of Plasencia. And he was like, What do you have Plasencia?" I said, "Yeah, we got Plasencia." I said, "We got the Alma de Fuego, Alma Fuerte, they're both Fuertes, and then a couple others. We just got the Green Band tubos in, which are really cool. Really cool. The tubos are shaped like the hexagon, but you can only get them in a 3-pack. We don't sell them individually." And I heard the brother say something about a box. Or no, the guy was telling me he had 3 of them, and I heard the brother say, "Oh, 3 of the Alma del Fuego." So I look up in our inventory. Our inventory is in the shop or in the humidor, just at the top
shelves.
And I looked up. We had 2 boxes of them. I was like, "Hey, does he want a box?" He's like, Dude, can you get me a box?" I said, "Yeah, you want 1 or 2? He told his brother said 1. So I sold him a whole box of Plasencia.
Nice.
Kind of cool.
Cool. Upsell.
Some guys came in yesterday. That was on Tuesday. On yesterday, Wednesday, these 2 guys came in, went straight into the humidor, came straight back out with a box of the short firecracker size of the Macaritas, just the blue ones, not the Tricky Truckers. And so they sat up at the bar, cracked open the box, grabbed a cigar piece, and started smoking. So I come over and said, "Oh, big Dumbarton fans." "Oh," I said, "Dumbarton, the cigar you're smoking, Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust." "Oh, we just saw a box, and we asked the other guy if these were good, and he said yeah, so we bought the box." "Oh, okay." And these guys are like upper 60s, pushing 70s. I mean, they're pretty old dudes. And they would not let me go all they wanted to do was just ask questions about Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. So I was like, yeah, I know Steve Sacco, and he used to be with Drew Estate. I was like, these real good friends of my dad. The guy was asking me how I got my name Chief. I was telling Bob Cigar before the show started that I need to get cards printed out with the story, the origin story of why I'm called Chief, because I just introduced myself as Chief to people. That's how the lounge introduced me to people. It's how I introduce myself to people when I'm at Barn Smokers or PCA or whatever. So it's just easier for people to remember Chief than it is Steven. Chief's a nickname for a lot of people, so it's really easy to remember that. So the one guy, we got talking about Chief, and he was in the military, and I was talking about how Steve Sacco was in the Navy, and he's good friends with Bob Cigar Guy. The guy's like, "You're Bob the Cigar Guy. He does stuff on YouTube." I was like, "Yeah, he does." He's like, "I do stuff on YouTube too." I was like, "Cool." So I went and tried to find his channel. He said his channel launches next week, I think it was. So I've got it saved in my phone to go find it. So if you're watching tonight, hey, welcome to the show. They were two dope dudes. They were really cool. They were super curious about Dumbarton. One of the guys is from up that way. He was like, "Where in Dumbarton, or where in New Hampshire is Dumbarton?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know. I've never been up there." They looked it up on a map, and he was like, "Oh, it's over by this." I'm like, "Brother, I trust you." I know it ain't by Atlanta.
It's not.
It ain't by Charlotte.
Ain't nothing else by it. It is in the middle of nowhere.
So Charles says, "Hey, I resemble that age. Upper 60s is not old." Charles Adamson made it onto the Drew Estate hype video for the Connecticut Barn Smoker. I planned on working on that today, but ended up getting swamped with other edits today. Let's see. One of my favorite news headlines of all time was a woman from Roanoke, Virginia. Woman worries noise from road will harm her unborn baby. She was pictured smoking a cigarette.
That's fine.
Man, that sounds crazy. Serving liquor to a pregnant woman blows my... It does. And so I was so one of the reasons that I have to take the training is because in South Carolina, and it might be federal, but I know in South Carolina they've got this law that like if somebody went out and drove drunk and killed somebody, the people of the family who lost somebody have a right to sue any of the establishments who served that person that night. So if we served that person, until a cutoff point, we told them, "Look, you can't have any more alcohol," and then they leave our premises and they go somewhere else to drink alcohol and they get even more drunk, they get out and they get on the road and they kill somebody, they have a right to also sue us for like a aiding and abetting kind of sort of situation. Now, obviously, we have cameras in there that would say, "Look, we stopped serving this guy before he was too far gone. And we called the cops because he said he was going to drive away." But I'm not allowed to tell a pregnant woman she can't have alcohol. So I asked a question to my bosses after I took the test, and I passed with flying colors, by the way. Got a certificate and everything. Thought about hanging it up. Well, I asked my boss, I was like, "Look, okay, no discrimination, whatever. Get it? I think it's stupid." Because I really don't think it's discrimination at that point. I think it's trying to save the child. I was like, "Are we held legally responsible if she miscarries the next day after getting drunk, or her kid comes out with an issue because she drank in fetal alcohol syndrome or whatever?" He's like, "Well, you have to do what it says, and legally we have to serve." It's like, I really hope I don't run into that situation. He said they've never run into that situation that they know of. Now, obviously, the first trimester, a lot of women, you can't tell they're pregnant. It's not until midway through the second trimester when you're like, "Oh, nice, you got a little baby bump." And at that point, you'd be like, "I don't know what I'm saying. You might not be pregnant. You might just look pregnant."
When do you do? What? How long you been pregnant?
Is it a boy or a girl? I don't know. I ain't been with nobody in 6 months. Sorry.
So before my ass drops, and it doesn't feel like it's going to, but I'm not saying to leave your cigar outside of your humidor for a year and a half, but that ash is amazing, and that mascara line is tiny.
Not bad.
That is freaking.
Speaking of ashes that are that long, I had an Orteño that I took out of the studio up to Connecticut. No. It was the Norteño that Ray Warren gave me. And that was like a 6-year-old Norteño.
6 years old. It was gorgeous.
I brought it with me to the shop yesterday. Was smoking it. Got not that long of an ash, but was getting there. Went to tap it off over the ashtray. Would not come off. Pushed, put it in the middle of the ashtray and pushed, and had to actually push to break the ash. Wow. It was like, I don't know if the age did it or what, but it was impressive. Never had an ash fight me to not want to come off at that stage. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Picker John is also old. Charles Adamson says, well, I did win a prize for the oldest guy in the lounge in Kentucky last year, so I guess that is old. Norteño. Fireborn says, leaving a cigar out in Colorado, it will be disgusting. Fireborn says, North Carolina is humid. Hey, we are. Oh, I feel that. I have Aroma Craft Neanderthal and some Maker's Mark waiting for me at home. I check out at 9. Nice. The Neanderthal. That's the correct technical way to say Neanderthal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my other webpage, and I'm going to pull up my wheel of names, and I'm going to check out, good night. We had a lot of people enter. How many? 37 people were entered into the First Lady's giveaway on Saturday, by the way.
That's crazy.
All right. So what I'm going to do for tonight's giveaway, again, if you were not here when we talked about it originally, we are giving away a Drew Estate Freestyle Live kit. This is the full kit. This is the 3 cigars, the mug, the little coaster thing that you can put in your car, whatever. It's the full kit, gamut and caboodle, and you're going to get it for free. The only thing that I want you to do is I want you to mention what would be your cigar dream job. Cigar tester, lounge worker, cigar brand owner, master blender, roller, buncher, taste tester, whatever. I want to know what would be your dream job. To be chief on Chief Tug. I'm gonna put you on there, and if you win, I'm gonna die laughing. Save on shipping.
Yeah.
So I do. I want to know what would be your dream job.
Hey, Shammer.
Now, Bob the Cigar Guy, let's take it a little serious here, right? Like, are you doing your dream job when it comes to the tobacco world?
I'd like to be able to do more, but I'd like to be in this venue. I don't want to own a shop. To have my own cigar, that might be cool, but it's not. That would be a ancillary. To be able to travel more and see more farms and talk to more people and gain more knowledge, to do more lounge visits and stuff like that, but do it as media for companies to where I could afford to travel the world and not have to work at the car mill. That
right.
would probably be my favorite right there. Second up would probably be a brand ambassador for a major company, or the face, the hype guy for a major company. That would be fun as well.
Like an ambassador?
Yeah.
Move my mic down a little bit because I'm struggling to smoke a cigar and also type things on the computer. All right. So far we've got Ronald Smith with wanting to be a shop owner. Rick Carroll says own a cigar lounge and store. Bob Ellis, taste tester, not a bad idea. Brett Kelly says I've been trying to get a job at the local lounge for 2 years. Eric says I would love to own a farm and grow Connecticut broadly since I live in Connecticut. That would be pretty cool. A lot of overhead in that though. Matt Brugger says taste tester. Make sure I'm hitting the right buttons. Taste tester, just so I can say I have a little input. Banker John says shop concierge. Not bad.
That'd be cool.
That'd be nice. I guess that's technically technically one of my responsibilities. Michael Zakovic says be the host of a successful cigar podcast. Well, success is the eye of the beholder. I would say having one in general is success, but I get what you're talking about. I get what you're saying. Fireborn says my dream cigar job, rolling cigars on the thigh. Jesus, go home, you perv. I'm just playing.
He probably is home.
Gary Zanstra says lounge worker on cigar sales. I like my job doing. I think I'm going to enjoy my content creator role more. If I were asked this question, that would be my answer. Is some sort of creative within a lounge that makes content. I enjoy making content, but I want to be able to have the atmosphere of a lounge to make content.
And that's a nice lounge.
It is. There's a lot of things to highlight.
Yeah.
It was funny. My boss was like, "Do we need to buy anything like props wise?" I was like, "Bro, you guys have so much stuff here that I wish I had."
Dude, the next lens is on them.
That's funny.
I could do better if I had this nice $76,000. It goes from micro to
I need to get
mercury.
I need to get a micro
lens.
macro.
And it's got to be the GHI Master.
The double G. Supreme Tobacco says full-time cigar content creator. He's well on his way.
Mm-hmm.
Tobacco. Smooth Kinney says, what? Oh, okay. I had to read a little farther on before I started reading that myself. I like to be a breeder. No, literally, the guy that cross-pollinates seeds, varietals to come up with a new leaf.
That's
all
cool.
Research and development. That's not bad, Smooth
That's
Kinney.
cool.
That's I've never heard that before. But that makes sense with talking about, like, I've been talking about the hybrid tobacco for H99. The question is, Mr. Salty, now how does the woman feel about that? Fireborn says I'd settle for Fuente taste tester. Ron says I'd rather win the lottery and be able to travel around the world and visit different farms and barns and be able to buy whatever cigars and humidors I want. Hey, it's your world. We're all just living in it. Let's see. My mom just texted me something. I'm not even going to look at it because I'm not going to get distracted. Jay Bates says own a lounge and recommend cigar and drink pairings. Nice. I'm halfway there. I'm halfway doing that. I mean, I don't recommend the drinks so much. But I am recommending plenty of cigars. Plenty of them. I've sold a lot of them in my 2 weeks that I've been there. I need 150 to 600 millimeter for the lounge. It was like a $23,000 lens or something. Rob, I need cigars in Pretty Boy Bob's lights with that V cut.
Boom.
It's Pretty Boy lighter. The lighter with the V cut. I see what you're talking about. Talking about the combo. Did they make a lighter with the V cut?
Yes, you have one. It's the Boss.
That's not a V cut.
Yes, it is. Then it's not the Boss. It's the other one. I have it. It's like a coffin.
That's a guillotine.
No, it's not. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that one. Gary Zanstra says, I like the idea of owning a cigar shop.
But I think Pretty Boy Rob is not talking about that. I think Pretty Boy Rob is talking about this.
Oh. That's one of the barbers from Barber and Cigar.
Yes.
Randy B says, good evening. Good evening, Randy B. Randy B, we are in the middle of doing a drawing for a free. We'll ship it to you. freestyle live kit from Drew Estate. All you got to do is let me know what would be your dream job in the cigar industry. It could be anything from a seed hybrid manufacturer to a cigar shop owner, a cigar taste tester, a brand owner, brand ambassador, field operator, barn owner, somebody who works out and picks in the field. Anything at all. Let me know. We've got, how many people do we have currently on this thing right now? 15 entries currently on here. We've got 25 people watching. So if you've not, let me know. Let me know. And then we'll get this thing going. Own a barbershop and a cigar lounge combo. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Rob DeBaba.
Remember the dream we had? You would come up with it more than me. Have a gun range and a cigar shop as one. And you're going to call it Smoking Guns or something like that?
Was that me?
Yeah, it was you. Because then I said, well, yeah, we could have a bar in there too. We could just call it ATF. But yeah, I remember you talked about that.
Charles Adamson says Max old job. International.
Boom. Did you see that Natura is going to enter tobacco?
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're going to enter tobacco. I don't know if Lane's getting to go, but I know they said they have a booth there.
Randy B says the cigar agitator.
You know, we've gotten tickets to go, or we've gotten passes to go to
the World Trade Show.
The World Trade Show in Dubai.
In Dubai.
And they said, ask us about sponsorships. And I'm sitting there going, you are not going to fly us over to Dubai.
Yeah, you don't have to
and
fly
put us
me
in
on
hotels.
You have to fly me on Dubai Airlines where I can get in that plane shower. My dream job would be to own a cigar lounge and vintage video game lounge. Ooh,
that'd be cool.
Nice. Put the name down before I forget. Dude, where's the G? Sammy Flo says Rob and I will go in on that. So is that Sammy Flo's entry? Is that your? I'll put your name down for that because you'll cry if I don't. Call me later. Yeah, put me on your list. There's a cigar and gun shop in Tombstone, Arizona. It'd be cool to be a cigar. It'd be cool to be a cigar branding and social media consultant. Road trip. When are we going, Charles?
Supremo Tobacco could be a pool table dancer. A rave dancer.
I said dream job, not current job.
All right.
Matt's Cave says, I'd like to give cigar and tobacco educational seminars.
You know, that's really fun. And it is fulfilling. I enjoy doing that.
Uncle Matt's Cave. Charles Adams says, got a humidor on one wall, gun counter on the other. No, that would be. We were talking about tonight because before I came here, I was at my alma mater with my church. School just started back for college students, and our church is right down the road from the university that my wife and I went to and met at and got married. And our church just moved there back in November. Our church has been growing, and so we had to get a new building, and we bought an old church. Excuse me. We bought an old church, and we're making it our own, and we're actually growing out of it, and we're going to have to move into the gym here in soon. But I was up there today, and I can't even remember what I was going to talk about now. What were we talking about?
College.
I know.
Being at your old alma mater.
Oh, I had something I was going to. Darn it.
Overgrowing your church?
No. I don't remember what it was now. Oh, that's what it was. So we were talking about like we were looking at our tent. I mean, we had a lot of kids come by our tent.
They're not kids.
They are kids.
You're so old.
Listen.
You're so old.
Listen. So as Shannon and I we had parked and we were walking up to our tent where we had stuff with our church. I told Shannon, I was like, you want to feel old? He was like, what? I was like, all of the freshmen that are here are about 18, 19 years old, right? She said, yeah. I said, when we were freshmen here doing this same thing, the freshmen that are here today were 3 or 4 years old.
Right.
I've never seen a vitriolic look on my wife's face as I did when she looked at me and said, I did not even know that. We got in the car. We were on the way home. She was, or Ray over here, she was like, I had so many people call me ma'am. I was like, babe, like, what did you expect? I'm not old. It's like, no, 33 is not old. Right. I mean,
when you're 18, it is.
But I was like, imagine, Shanna, when you were a freshman in college, like if you would have seen somebody who was 15 years older than you, wouldn't you have called them ma'am too? And she's like, well, that's not the point. But it's crazy to think that, like, I have a 3-year-old. So when I was starting college, these kids that I were talking to and inviting them to our church and talking about stuff, talking about football or whatever, were the age of my youngest kid.
That's funny.
When I started there, I moved up here all by myself, and there could have been a 3-year-old right down the street that is now doing what I was doing.
That's funny.
The kids that were there today that were freshmen, they might be doing that for my shepherd in 15 years.
That's funny.
But we were talking about, like, to get back on topic, we were talking about, like, how do we think that our booth did compared to other churches? Because there were almost 200 churches out there, and we were popping. I mean, we were killing it. We were going. We had grab bags and goodies and all sorts of stuff that college kids want. And we had a lot of my wife and a couple other ladies of the church who are, happy to get out there and talk, and a couple of guys in the church who are happy to get out there and talk about stuff, have no social anxiety whatsoever. And so we were kind of talking, debriefing, like, what could we do next year? There was an Asian church, and they literally had people out there doing fingernails.
That's funny.
They were doing fingernails, and they were frying egg rolls.
It was being culturally appropriate.
Dude, Alan, my pastor, looked at me and said, next year you're going to have to bring a smoker out here. We just had to. So I was talking with somebody at the lounge on Tuesday. He owns his own pull behind smoker company. And so we were talking about cigars and firearms, whatnot. That kind of reminded me of the smoker, and that reminded me with the smoker today we were talking about at church. I did say, when they told me that the Asian people were handing out egg rolls, I was like, man, I should have brought cigars.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good.
I break your covenant within the first week. All
Jeremy
right. Fincher
said lounge worker.
Let's see. Jeremy Fincher, lounge worker. But it is kind of humbling to think about. It's been 15 years since that was my wife and I, as freshmen in 2010. I will say I did wear my national championship ring, and I did get asked about it quite a few times. My pastor was like, wait, you actually have a national championship ring? Like, yeah, I took it off. And this thing's huge, just heavy. Retired Rookie Cigar says, what's up, fellas? Late as usual. Temps finally cooled down enough for a front porch evening smoke. RS 88 Connecticut and some sweet tea. Hey, Retired Rookie Cigars, before we do this giveaway, I want you to know we're doing a giveaway tonight. This Freestyle Live. It has all the cigars. It has the cup. It has the coaster. Everything. Box 2. All you got to do to get entered into tonight's giveaway is say, what is your dream job? What would be your dream job in the cigar world? It could be anything from a manufacturer to a farm owner to we had somebody say that they wanted to breed and cross-pollinate cigars to make new types of cigar tobacco. What would be your dream job? Randy B said ribs. I think I'd do chicken wings, honestly, because I can do a bunch of them. That's easy to eat around while you're walking around other churches.
That's true.
So, because they're not just going to stay at our tent.
But you could do little brisket sliders.
No.
Or little barbecue sliders.
Yeah, you could. But then you just wanted to make it easy, right? Have a little, cardboard to-go thing or whatever. Put 5 chicken flats in there. Off to see you later. Fireborn says, every college kid wants free food, and we were there to give them as much as they wanted. We gave out a lot of ramen tonight. Not sure the topic, but my lounge has a cigar Bible study every other Saturday morning at 9, and I think that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Now, when you went off to college, you went off with about
C-Mac.
75 boxes of
I think it was 62, if I remember correctly.
And people bought you vouchers for milk.
Don't know. I don't remember about that. Bob says, I referred to a coworker as a kid and everyone laughed. Same age as my daughter. Grim Frampton says, or can I say cigars and barbecue because I love to smoke both. Ramen sounds delicious. Yeah, I love ramen, dog. We were giving out the cups and the packets. I prefer the packets over the cups because you get more in the packets. And the cups, they lie to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a little bitty puck that's in there. And you got to make it in that little styrofoam bowl.
But you can do that with just a hot water cooler, like a water cooler that has hot water. You put it in there, put top on it, let it sit
like a kettle,
and it's done.
Yeah, a hot water cooler doesn't make much sense.
No. The water coolers, some of them have hot water as well that you can make tea and instant coffee with, and you can use.
Yeah, but nobody has a hot water cooler in college.
Do.
College, Bob the Cigar Guy
probably does.
North Greenville University
at the restaurant or at the cafeteria.
Oh yeah, here let me just take this cup in my book bag all day long and go get some hot water. Yeah, microwaves, dog. Microwaves.
Yeah, then you got to carry a bowl.
Retired Rookie Cigar. Not if you have the cup of noodles, doof.
If it is a bowl. Noodles, you can just put
a bowl.
You can put the hot water.
Nobody has a hot water tap. Not that hot. Not at North Greenville University.
Sure they do.
They got a Chick-fil-A now.
Do they really?
They do. Retired Rookie Cigar says, dream job, easy enough. Lounge manager. I've spent a lot of time with my lounge manager, and I could really dig into that. Retired Rookie Cigars. I got you on the list. T-I-R-E-D. Rookie.
This cigar has been great.
I'm glad your cigar is doing well. I mean, you've kept it in your house.
Yeah, so it's probably decent humidity.
Yeah, you probably are a pretty, and it's been the summertime too, right? Like if you'd have found that
in the dead of winter,
upstairs, you'd probably have a hard time.
Yeah,
but it's been hot. Heat rises. You know, you guys just got your air conditioners replaced a month ago,
right?
So your upstairs probably been more humid than the rest of your house. Bobo says, I could have soaked ramen on hikes.
Cold soaked.
I've cold soaked ramen on hikes. Not the best, but edible.
Makes your stomach hurt. The starch doesn't get out of it.
Well, what happens if you cook starch into the water?
It's different. It's different when it's not hot water. It just makes your belly a little.
Use the hot water from the coffee urn, even though I don't eat all that sodium. I've done that before. Not with a coffee urn, but like a kettle, a hot kettle.
I've seen people put like 2 or 3 bricks of ramen in a coffee pot and then run hot water through it.
That's disgusting.
And they just eat out of the coffee pot.
That's disgusting.
It's college. You don't understand that these young kids today. I mean, you're old. These young kids today do things a little differently.
Yeah.
Back in your day, did they have color TV back when you were in college?
Yeah, I mean
they had a PS1?
PS3.
Oh, okay.
I had a PS3 in college.
You sure you didn't turn on your gaming system again? Sega.
No, we were too poor for that.
Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, I was telling a story today about the incident where my roommate made a grilled cheese on my iron and then didn't clean the iron off.
Oh.
And I had a ministry scholarship foundation dinner that I had to go to, and I ironed my shirt and put grease all over it. So I had to wear my coat and cinch it up tight to cover the grease stain.
That's funny.
It wasn't at the time. I was petrified. Grandma Frampton says, I used to make them with the hot water from a single cup coffee maker. We had party lines for phones when I was in college. Yeah, but were they still rotary at that point?
That's funny. They had cords on the end of them.
Inmates of the prison I worked at refer to ramen as crackhead soup. Nice.
That's funny.
Here's a ramen story for you. When in college, my son would eat ramen all week so he could afford to grill steak on Saturday.
That's not dumb. Setting priorities.
Get a big enough steak, you can supplement your ramen with steak. We had a payphone at the end of the hall, rotary. No, I mean we still had some like when I went to college, the first year I went to college,
Y'all had cell phones.
the TV that I took was one of the big tube TVs on the back. But after my first semester, I got enough money back in my student loans that I went and bought a flat screen, which was big at the time, but it's like
nothing. It's probably $500 back then, but it's like $95 at Walmart now.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was $500. I don't think it was $500. I think it was like close to $300. It was under $300, but I want to say it was like $275 or something like that. And I thought I was getting a heck of a deal. And now you go buy that TV, you find it at the pawn shop for $55. It is not a today's flat screen. That flat screen was like that thick. All right. So that's where the Lafferty comment came from. Yes. Because David Lafferty, he posted a photo when he was in Vegas this week. And he was talking about how the iron looked real shabby.
Yeah, it was a sketch iron.
And he was upset about it. And so I had commented on there that it looked like somebody grilled cheese on the iron. Funny. Because I'm familiar what it looks like when somebody grills grilled cheese on your iron.
I did that for years.
I mean, it's an effective thing. Like, but the thing is like you just got to clean your iron, like,
or you dedicate your irons to grilled cheese.
Well, no,
I had two dedicated.
The reason
irons.
My roommate made the grilled cheese with the irons because he saw me doing it. I mean, when you're done, you get the towel that you dedicated to cleaning grilled cheese and grease off with. You soak it full of water. You set it face down on that thing, and you scrub the full of it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then you hit the steam a few times to make sure there's nothing up in the holes, right? Because when you make the grilled cheese, you have to flip it upside down before you flip it over, and press down on it. And so you got to work that steam in it throughout there, but you got to clean it. He didn't clean it.
That's funny.
He just made the grilled cheese and forgot about it. And I didn't do a good enough job at looking at the bottom of the iron because I didn't expect somebody to have used my iron and not cleaned it.
Steel Bob, you laugh, but I bought from the flea market or from a garage sale 2 irons with the braided cords on them. Had them mounted because we didn't pay for the gas because it was too expensive to pay the deposit.
What's going on, Trillo?
And so I would lay them on the next to the stove, plug them in, and I would put cheese or put bread on both sides, and then put cheese on each one. And then when the cheese started to curl at the ends, I would slam the 2 together, hit steam 3 times, not 4, not 2, but 3 times, and then drop it on the plate. And it was the perfect grilled cheese.
So Charles Adamson's asking a great question here. Do you use butter or mayo when making iron grilled cheese?
Neither.
Okay, so I don't make iron grilled cheese anymore.
I don't use
mayo
on grilled cheese.
Here's the thing. You need to try it.
Mm-mm.
You put mayo on the outside.
No, sir.
Yes, you do.
No, sir.
You put mayo on the outside of the bread.
No, sir.
And you toast them up, you put your cheese in, and you flip them over and you do it.
No, sir.
It makes the best grilled cheese in the world.
It's apostasy.
It is incredible. I saw it on TikTok. And tried it out. Justin Hunter, his wife, swears by it. And so I was figuring it out at the same time that she was. It's incredible. It makes the best grilled cheese in the world. Yes, it does.
Nope. I don't like mayonnaise. Miracle Whip would not cook well with it.
You got to try it.
So now we're at 9:19, and you have 2 things you have to do tonight.
I do?
You have to not come back on 5 minutes after the show's over and say, oh, wait, I forgot to show you something.
I did do that last week.
And you have a giveaway.
You're right. Bob Cigar Guy wants to end the show early tonight.
You're taking a walk down memory lane.
Okay, so
when I was a young man in college, way back.
All right, so last week, at the end of the show, I had forgotten that I had not done the Chiefs stick pick of the week, and I ended up cutting the outro short. And there were a few people who were still on. It was Charles Adamson who won last week. So before I forget, thank you, Bob Cigar Guy, for reminding me. We do have this week's stick pick of the week, which is the also don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you're liking the stream. Let me know if anybody's not doing their job over there. If you're over on Facebook, do hit the like and follow button over there as well to make sure that you are seeing the streams and the updates that go up in on the interweb. Share it to your favorite Facebook cigar groups. So this week's stick pick of the week is not a person. It's not a person. It's Rick Carroll's dog.
All right.
Look at that little Poochie. Look at the Poochie.
Dog's name is Stogie.
He's got himself a little cigar going. Rick Carroll's dog is this week's stick pick of the week. I don't know what blend that is. It looks like possibly. I think I looked it up. It was called the Pessmart or something like that.
Is it the Dog Rocket series?
No, Room 101 has that unlocked. Or Boofy. I don't know if it's Room 101 exactly, but I know Boofy has the Red Rocket or whatever it is. But look at that look at it. He's like, oh, it almost looks like he's been caught. Like,
right,
man, why are you bothering me? I smoke my cigar. Why you take my picture right now, man? Come on.
El Popo.
El Popo.
That's funny.
That's funny. Who said that? Brian?
Michael Z.
Oh, El Popo. But yeah, so it'll be funny if this wins at the end of the year. We've just got to send dog treats.
That's funny.
So if you want to know how to get on to Chiefs Stick Pick of the Week, we have a Discord. It is the second link in the description. And you can join our Discord over there. We have a channel over there where we post what we're smoking, what we're drinking, what we're doing, all sorts of channels. Stuff for food, stuff for other people posting media stuff, whatever it be. We got a lot of stuff over there. Second link in the description. Go check it out. Join our Discord. It's a whole lot of fun. We post most of the stuff that goes over there is what we're smoking throughout the week. And so it gives us an opportunity to have a nice, conversation about what somebody's smoking, what somebody's drinking, what somebody may be cooking, what's going on in the cigar industry, whatever it be. So post a picture of your cigar on Discord to be considered for next week's pick. This week's stick pick of the week, Chief's Stogie picture of the week is Rick's doggo. So congratulations, Poochie. El Popo. That was good. Cigar Pop says, is it me again? No, it's a dog. The El Popo. That's funny. And then we'll do a couple more minutes for anybody who's watching.
You got some new people in.
For anybody who's watching or has a new watching or has just joined us since the last time I talked about it. Tonight's show is we are giving away a Freestyle Live kit from Drew Estate. It's a full kit. It is the cigars, it is the drink, it is the coaster. Well, not the drink, the cup. The tumbler. 3 cigars, a tumbler, and a little coaster that comes inside of it. We are giving that away tonight. And the way that you get yourself on the giveaway is if you tell me what your dream job is in the cigar industry. So if you have not told us in the last few minutes or the whole entire time that I've said, hey, talk about it, let me know and I'll get your name updated on the wheel and then we'll spin the wheel and then we're going to end the show a little bit earlier tonight. I've got some work to do. Bob Cigar Guy's tired and he's cried about wanting to not be out here till 10 o'clock. He doesn't like you guys like I do.
Yeah, that's why I'm here all the time.
So if you've not yet told me, I want to know. We're at 29 people. We're almost gonna hit the 30 mark.
Charles Adamson, we have a dog. It's my wife's dog. She calls him Gideon. I call him Big Head. He's 120 pounds.
I call him stupid.
Saint Bernard, and he will steal my cigars.
I was actually talking about that in the lounge the other day.
It's ridiculous. He'll eat the whole dang thing.
Yeah, we've got a guy. We call him Imwag. He's a trainer of assistance dogs.
All right.
And so one of the things that he does is, we got 30 people. 30 people tonight. One of the things that he does is he trains these dogs who are, assistance dogs. And he kind of works a lot on somebody done dropped who dropped my ashtray?
Nobody drop your ashtray.
It's got a big old chip in it.
You did that.
I didn't.
You did.
Man,
Here's the thing.
These bums.
When you
Interrupt the story.
When you start
these
getting
bums who use my side of the studio for the Saturday, they done broke in 2 spots. I bet you or mom dropped it and said, "Oh crap!"
When you start getting old, you forget things.
They broke my
Now,
ashtray.
Let me give you a scenario that I'm not saying.
Busters, you bum, you're raggedy, you stink, your neck is greasy.
You done yet?
You leave fingerprints everywhere you touch.
You done yet?
You guys suck.
Have you seen those videos? Those videos are stupidly hilarious.
You guys
one
suck.
guy will say, I hope that your zipper rusts shut when your bladder is full. And the other guy says, I hope that the 2 back teeth in your head always smell like fish. When you talk to people smell fish. I mean,
you suck, man. Y'all did that, and y'all thought I wasn't going.
No, wait. I'll give you a hypothetical. Not that this happened, and names will be changed to protect the innocent or not so innocent. Maybe somebody was cleaning up your side of the shop, which is always full of cans, food wrappers, ashtrays, full of crap going all over the place. And without thinking about it, the person being kind and helpful went to go take and dump out the cigar in the garbage can and tapped that ashtray out in the garbage can. And then all of a sudden said, "Oh, what's that?" And so, but I'm not saying that happened.
Yeah, done broke.
But that could have happened.
Ashtray. You got an unopened one. I'm taking it from you.
I gave mine away.
Dog, I can see.
Dude, those are giveaways. Those
are all 4 of them right now.
Those are all accounted for.
I can see 4 of them.
When we have a 10K, when we have 10,000 subscribers, we're giving those 4 away.
So, dadgummit.
I gave mine away already.
Anyways, let me get back to my story before I realized that my favorite ashtray was destroyed.
It has personality.
Oh, God, that makes me mad. Dang it, man. Okay.
If that ever happened, it happened like 2 months ago. So you're really not paying much attention to it.
That's new. That's new.
No, 2 months ago.
New.
If it would have happened. I'm not saying it did.
Okay. Anyways. So we got a guy, MWAG, who comes in every day, and he's training service dogs. And so what he kind of does is he brings them into social places to de-socialize them, to not respond to people coming up to them,
to desensitize them.
Well, it's not really desensitize, it's to desocialize, to combat the I want to come over and check what you got in your hand. Ooh, you got a snack. Ooh, you got this. It's literally, we want you to just pay attention to the person that you're here for and whatnot. And they're beautiful dogs. They're absolutely gorgeous. And we have permission to go up to the dog and touch it and say hello to it, but I don't, because I don't want the dog to be confused. Like, see me out in public one day and be like, "Chief, what up, dog?"
Wow.
So, all right.
Val Chavez entered his dream job, by the way.
I was just getting to it. I would like to be a cigar rep or a worker in a lounge. I live in a vision, but that I could do something. And it's just a dream. I mean, obviously not all of these are going to come.
So does the guy have dogs eat cigars? I mean,
we were talking
to the end of the story.
We were talking about the dog being okay being around cigars. And I was like, let me tell you about my parents' idiot dog. You can't leave a cigar. If you walk away from a cigar, he will eat it. Whether it's lit or not, he will eat that stupid cigar. It's kind of like a camel. You can feed a camel a cactus and they'll eat it like nothing. Got talking about Gideon, whatever. Matt's case broke while dusting. Heartbroken. They were not cleaning up after me. They were just moving stuff around. And that's the thing that kind of really frustrates me about these two.
Easy, bro.
Anytime the Bob cigar guy gets something moved around on his desk, he freaks out about it. He gets over freaking about like, I can't believe you guys messed with my stuff, blah 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 blah. It's incredible. Yeah, you moved my mouse by a half an inch, blah 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 blah. I come in here every 2 weeks and my whole entire desk is reorganized and refit for something. I come in here after second Saturday with Sarah, my whole tripod's messed up. My desk is all over the place. I don't know where anything is because they keep taking all my stuff. All right, you're out of timeout now. So, Cigar Pop says, taste testa. All right, that'll be our last entry. Because at this point, everybody should have entered. All right, let me put up the wheel of names. Okay, everybody can hear you doing that. I muted you. All right. All right. So here's our wheel of names. Where's the shuffle button? Let's shuffle this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is for the 3 Cigars and a Tumbler Drew Estate Freestyle Live kit. Do they have to be here to win? What do you think?
It's your game.
We'll see. Hopefully the person who wins is here. We don't have to worry about it. Oh, Brett Kelly, are you here? I will say, I think you should have to be here to win. Brett Kelly, are you here? Brett Kelly, are you here? I'll give you a few seconds. Let the music play. Brett Kelly. Hey, he's here.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Brett Kelly. So happy that you won and you're here. Hit up Bob the Cigar Guy at rgfinley70@gmail.com. rgfinley70@gmail.com. If you don't get to him within a week, we're going to give it to somebody else. So make sure you get to him. Now, I don't know when this is going to go out. Hopefully, maybe this weekend. I'm sure Bob will get it boxed up and First Lady will take it off for him.
Hopefully.
So get the Retired Rookie Cigar says that's an imposter. Respin. Let's be real mean and figure out who would have won if he didn't answer. Please be Fireborn. Please be Fireborn. Nope.
I was like Jay Bates again.
Poor Jay. But like, imagine like Jay winning the Barn Smoker pack. Like, dog's already got one.
Darn, darn, darn.
All right. So we are going to conclude our show here. Bob the Cigar Guy, before we leave, what would you like to say to the lovely people?
It is the time of the season where things seem to get busy, where it gets crazy and it gets hectic, and there is tons of stuff to do, and it's just going to get more and more. Fall's coming, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming. Make sure that you take some time for yourself. Take care of yourself and take care of others, and just have a great moment this week. Thanks for spending time with us, and thanks for being here. And by the way, tomorrow at 5:00, I Got the Smokes, Let's Ride. Camacho Presents podcast with me, BTCG. Check me out. I wouldn't mind. Leave me a comment. I'll see you later. Chief, back to you.
All right, back to me. Yeah, this is definitely a busy time of year. School's starting back for just about everybody, all ages. Elementary school, middle school, high school, college. It's getting a little crazy out there. Sports are about to start back up, so I'm curious to see this year what Chief Talk looks like when sports really start getting amped again. Are we going to finally stop our 20 streak? We are 31 out of 31 this year of Chief Talks being over 20. Tonight we got over 30. We're back. We hit the 30 again, so that's nice. I don't have my counter list anymore, so I don't know how many weeks we've hit 30. But it's been a while since we've hit 30, so that's nice. Last week we got up to like 28, I think it was. So we were close. But tonight we did. We got up to 34 at one point tonight. So as everything kind of starts to ramp up, as autumn starts to come in, man, looking forward to some cooler temperatures on the horizon. Hurricane season is here, so if you're in an area where you're affected by hurricanes, do be safe, do be smart. And then I think that's pretty much it for me right now. Have a good time, smoke some really good cigars. Please do join the Discord if you're not a part of the Discord. It's just a really good place to kind of hang out and smoke your cigars and just have a really good time with us. It's really fun to see what people are smoking, what people are drinking, what they're doing, what they're eating, or whatever. It's a whole lot of fun. So Oh, there we go. Bob better talking in the chat. All right, so we love you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, thank you to Drew Estate Cigar and Natura Cigar for making sure that we are being able to be brought out onto the airwaves every Thursday of the year. We do appreciate all of the love that both of those companies have given us. Do check out Drew Estate Cigar and Natura Cigar whenever you get a chance. And show them a little bit of love as they have shown us a lot of bit of love. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I can't wait to see you all next week. See you.
Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.